So, guys, I'm sitting here before the episode starts. I'm sitting here thinking, all right, I'm going to come up with a witty opening and I'm going to really I'm going to knock people's socks off. And then I watch the episode and I'm gushing. Like, wow. I did not think. No, let me rephrase that. I knew I would love this series going into it. That's the reason I held off on reading the manga. And I wanted to experience the anime, but guys, I'm blown away by how much I like this series. It's insane. Just the quality of it is unbelievable. I can't believe how much I like this. I was literally yelling at the end of the episode, like, no, don't end. I don't want it to end. I'm actually shocked how much I love this series. It's great. I don't. What series is better this season? Tell me. Tell me right now. Let me know in the comments, like, what is better than this? I haven't checked everything out yet, to be fair, but if this isn't anime of the season already, like, I don't know, dude. Like, don't get it wrong. Like, I love series that are coming out this season. Kaguya, Shield Hero. I wanted to check out Summertime Rendering, too. We're gonna do a video on that. Like, Shikamori is pretty good, too. But, like, Spy X Family. This series has completely blown away my expectations. I'm stunned. So let's get into it a bit, because, man, I could sit here and gush probably for hours on it, but let's be somewhat cohesive here. So let's get into what happened. We got Notepad Kun here, helping out as always. Alright, so this episode, we're faced with a problem from our previous one. Lloyd needs to find a wife. He needs to find a wife because Anya passed the entrance exam, or at least the first part of it, to get into this school so he could do his mission. And if you don't remember, his mission is to get in, to infiltrate, and to find a man named Desmond to see what he knows. So he has to infiltrate this school, and the only way he can do that is by having a child infiltrated, because it is a children's school, and Desmond only appears to social functions if it has to do with his child. So that's why Lloyd found Anya in the previous episode, because for his mission he needs a child to get into the school so he can get close to them. But the second half of the entrance exam is a family meeting, and he needs a wife. It needs both parents to be there, so he needs to find a wife. And that is the point of our episode today, and man, we get introduced to Yor. And oh man, Yor, or should I say Gore, because her introduction scene was kind of crazy. I think it fits the show perfectly. Because you see, we get introduced to her first off in an office setting, We all have been in an office setting before with the people that love to stand around and gossip and talk shit about everyone, all this stuff. And then we have Yor, who's a bit strange. She's a bit strange, to say the least. All her coworkers feel that way as well. They love to talk about her behind her back and talk shit and kind of make fun of her, which is really irritating. Like, we all can understand that to an extent. But, she just shrugs it off. Because, you see, she's worried about finding a husband. Everyone in her life has saying, you're 27, you need to find someone in your life. And her coworkers constantly tease her about that. Even her brother, who is apparently some big shot at a company now. Or, if I remember right, he's a part of the government, actually. Is even mentioning to her all the time that she needs to find a husband. She needs to find someone for her. So that's the dilemma she's facing. But it turns out she's no ordinary person. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Not at all. It turns out that Yor is actually an assassin. And we find that out in a very nice scene where she, just casually comes in and just slaughters a hotel room full of people to kill a traitor. You know? No big deal. No big deal. Just some casual Mr. and Mrs. Smith stuff. And I gotta say, like, what a great introduction to a character. You know, she's constantly feeling down on herself. Oh, I kicked my camera. Whoopsie. Constantly feeling down on herself, because everyone around her is telling her she needs to do this, she needs to do that. But she herself doesn't feel like she can have a normal life. And to be fair, can you blame her? She's an assassin. Assassins don't typically have normal lives. So she's in a predicament. She needs to find a husband because she was invited to a party. And she told her co-workers and her brother that she'd have her boyfriend there. So, she's in a predicament. And we see that Lloyd's in a predicament. And when she's taking down this ring of people at the hotel, her dress gets torn up. Big sad. So she goes and repairs it. And who should she happen to run into during her trip to get her dress repaired? Lloyd and Anya. Because Lloyd had a similar thought. He thought, I gotta dress Anya up a little bit, She's a little quirky. I gotta make her look more presentable for this prestigious school. So, they cross paths here at this dress shop. And, to say it's a fateful encounter is kind of an understatement. Because, Lloyd is taken aback that she's able to sneak up on him. That he wasn't able to detect her coming into the room at all. He's a little taken aback by that. Like, who is this woman? Because you see, earlier in the episode, he got a little bit of info on all the single women in the town. Little weird, by the way, but he is a spy, so this information's probably easy to come by. He got information, and he's combing through it, and he sees her in there. He notices that she's 27 and single, and her parents are deceased, and that she has a younger brother. So he sees her, and he instantly thinks to herself, like, oh, she's perfect. She's the perfect person to be my wife for this mission. So, of course, he starts pursuing her. And likewise, she sees Lloyd and thinks, oh, this man is perfect to play my boyfriend for these people. So, they come to a mutual understanding with each other that kind of like a you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of situation. And, yeah, that's where we go from there. So they plan to meet up for her party on Saturday. But before then, Lloyd actually gets an assignment. Because you see, he has a side mission while he's here too. He not only has to do his mission with Desmond Donovan, if I remember right, is his name. But no, he has a little side mission, and his side mission this time is to eliminate a smuggling ring that's stealing art. And it just so happens to take place on Saturday. But that's where the date is too, so he has to make a decision. He has to hurry along and do this very quickly so he can go meet up with her. So he's doing that. He takes his one information broker with him. Love him, by the way. He's great. He's pretty entertaining already. And they complete this mission. But they have to make a very hasty getaway. Now, Yor is already waiting for him. He's very late, as you would assume. Taking down a smuggling ring is not something you can do within 10 minutes. So, he's very late. So she decides to head into the party without him. It's really sad. And we really just see how much of a bitch her supposed co-workers are. Because they're assholes through and through, guys. Like, they really just kind of brought her there to laugh at her. And they even threaten to claim that she's a spy or something. Because apparently in this town, a lot of the spies have actually been rounded up and found. because that's a big thing nowadays to sell people out. People are very weary of spies right now because they found so many throughout the town. And a lot of single women are actually getting targeted. That's one reason why Yor wants to find a boyfriend and or husband to masquerade with, because as an assassin, she can't be people can't be suspicious of her, you know? She has to blend in well. And that's one reason she wants to find a husband. And showing up alone without anyone is kind of suspicious, you think? Just a teeny bit, especially when she claimed to be bringing her boyfriend there. So of course all her coworkers are making fun of her, and she's just looking around the room and she realizes that this is what a normal life is like. Something she's never experienced in hers. Just the feeling of normality, to have to worry about a child, to worry about a family. And she starts to become depressed a bit about that. But right before she's about to leave, Lloyd makes one of the best entrances ever. All beat to hell, all bloody. He just walks into the room and just completely takes over. I gotta say, Lloyd is like a master of conversation. He comes into the room, bleeding profusely from his face, all beat up, and he's able to just turn the situation around like that. And he actually barges in and says, "I'm actually her husband," which was not part of their agreement. But he actually got their missions confused. Because, you know, he might have a little bit of head trauma, no big deal. Just bleeding profusely from the head. So he actually comes in and covers for her. And it's in this moment where it finally solidifies with her, like, this is the guy. This is the guy that I want to be with. This is the guy that will accept me for who I am right now and can help me carry out my mission. Because they don't know who they are right now. They have no clue what they are. This is a true Mr. and Mrs. Smith situation. They both have no clue what the other does. But they think they can both be useful to each other. So like I said, Lloyd comes in and completely gets rid of the misunderstanding with people. But then this one bitch just keeps pushing the point. And just really just has it out for Yor. Which is kind of ridiculous, you know? You see people like this all the time. People that feel threatened by other people, so they constantly have to put them down. And it's just, you see it way too often, and I hate it. But, she very smoothly gets dealt with by Lloyd and by Yor. And, Lloyd actually suggests they leave, you know? They have no more business there. His goal is to make her his wife, after all, so they have no business being at this party. So they're leaving, and, as they're leaving, he explains to her, like, "Oh, I'm sorry that I accidentally said I was your husband, not your boyfriend. I don't know how I'm going to explain this to your brother," which I'm sure that'll be quite entertaining later down the line. But, yeah, as they're leaving, it turns out that, the smuggling ring people didn't forget about him, of course. He didn't take them all out. And they actually start chasing them down the road. And it's a very big yikes situation, to say the least, because, like I said, they don't know who each other are at this point. So he's just trying to explain it away, like, you know, I'm a psychiatrist. My patients get a little testy at times. They get a little ravenous when they're upset with something. So he's just trying to explain it away. But he kind of can't. They had to abandon the car, and they're in this abandoned facility, you know, and they're getting chased by these guys. Knives and guns all about. And Yor's just none the wiser. She don't know, like, oh, these patients are very testy and very mean. So Lloyd just tells her, like, oh, you know, this is a new form of therapy, just to beat the problems out of them. Which he agrees, and Lloyd does a very good job at getting rid of these people. You know, he's defending them pretty well, but he gets snuck up on, and there's this guy he can't take out. This guy is gonna definitely get him. That is until Yor saves him, and he starts realizing, wow, this woman is quite impressive. And you know, it's at this scene where they kind of make a vow to each other, because Yor suggests to him, like, let's get married. You know, not just not just for appearances, just for both our sakes. And it's in this scene where they both realize that, yes, this is the person that will help me to achieve my goals. And one of the best scenes in the entire episode is Lloyd. Previously, he took a ring from the smuggling ring. Now, they were stealing art, but they also had diamonds. And he took a diamond ring to supposedly give to Yor so that their story could make more sense. But he lost it. So, in one of the best scenes of the episode, he takes... Oh, man. He takes the pin off of a grenade and proposes to her with that. And I was grinning like a madman watching that. I thought that scene was so good. You know? That he did that. I just thought that was a great scene. And they have a nice little touching moment. And in that scene, they vow that until my mission is done, or until my killings are done, we will be together. And it's just, what a great way to end the show. Like, what a great series, man. I can't believe how much I love this series. Like, it hit me like a sack of bricks, guys. Just what an amazing series. Just, man, and to think, they wouldn't even have ended up together if Anya wasn't a psychic and could read minds, because her little scene in the middle of the episode where she says, "Oh, I'm so lonely, I need a mama." It was hilarious. It was very, very funny. I can already tell that this is going to be just such a great series. We're going to have good action, we're going to have good comedy, but it's going to be wholesome at the same time. And I can't think of a series that I want to watch more right now than Spy X Family. I cannot recommend it enough. I've heard some people say that, oh, this series isn't that great, it's overhyped, but I just gotta ask you if you feel that way. Like, are we watching different series here? Like, are we watching different shows? Because this series is the definition of quality, through and through. I can't stress that enough. After only 2 episodes, this is by far my anime of the season so far. I haven't seen them all, and like I said earlier, I do want to check out Summertime Rendering. I said that in my What Will I Be Watching, and I heard amazing things about it. So, that's definitely coming soon, guys. Don't worry about that. I wanted to give it a couple days to hear some opinions on it before I hopped in, but it's coming. But yeah, guys, just I can't stop gushing about this series. Like, I know I said I'm going to try not to read the manga, but I can't. I can't, guys. I really can't in this instance. I have to. And there's not many series at all that make me want to immediately go read the source material. But this is definitely one of them. So you guys let me know in the comments what you thought about this episode. I thought it was fantastic. But if you have a different opinion than me, I'd love to hear it in the comments. So let me know. And leave a like if you like these kind of videos, guys. I haven't asked for that in a while, but I would really appreciate it. Because my goal, like I said, probably a while ago in my videos, my goal is to have 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. You know? Where we are now, that seems impossible. But I believe in myself, and I believe in you guys. So let's make it happen. You know, so drop a like on this video. Subscribe if you love videos like this, because they're going to come. They're going to keep on coming, guys. Especially with banger series like this. You already know we're going to cover them. But that'll be it for today's episode, guys. I hope you guys have a great day, week, month, and year. And until next time, deuces, and have a blessed day.